The Thomas Hopper listed here on Truth Apostolic's website
There's no difference in the man that refuses to submit to his pastor
is the same Thomas Hopper listed here on the Kentucky Sex Offender Registry. We've been following Hopper's story since 2003. Jail interviews, court dates, even interviewing his first victim. Now, according to court records and the registry, Hopper was convicted of rape and sodomy in the first degree of a 13-year-old Madisonville girl in the early 90s. The victim claims Hopper held a razor blade to her throat. He served 10 years. 4 months after his release, during a 2-year period, he was found guilty of criminal confinement, battery, and trespassing. 4 months after his release for those crimes, he was arrested for stalking a modern-day student. Hopper had this to say back in 2003.
If you were looking at yourself on paper, what would you think?
Oh my God. What's wrong with this guy? What's his problem?
In another jail interview, Hopper had this to say.
Regardless of the past, I have a future. And I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Hopper and his wife are now a part of the CARE ministry at Truth Apostolic Church in Madisonville. In their words, they are leading a team of volunteers to compel others to come to the church. Hopper is also in charge of nursing home ministry and bus ministry, making sure anyone who needs a ride to church has one.
Anger, just felt betrayed, kind of like I trusted these people.
One woman who wanted to remain anonymous claims she used to go to Truth Apostolic Church with her family, but once she found out about Hopper, they left.
I was very upset because I had children and I was not made aware. They had been confronted many of times. They had even received death threats when he first was released, and people had found out that he went there. And all they could tell me is that God had changed him.
We went to the church looking for answers. No one was there and the doors were locked, so we called the phone number listed and spoke with the pastor, Michael Orton. He wouldn't agree to an on-camera interview, but he did agree to a phone interview.
Yep, that's what he done, most certainly. But he was mad and angry. Both of them was on drugs. That's still in his past. It ain't like that we don't know nothing about this. Like I said, the media and people are ignorant when they want to turn around and dramatize to hurt somebody.
Pastor Orton told me Hopper has been saved by the Lord.
You have kids in your church, and he's a convicted sex offender who's on the road.
How long, ma'am, how long ago was that?
That it was.
So what you're saying is the church is no good for forgiveness. Jesus Christ can't save you.
Pastor Orton went on to compare shoplifting to rape.
You steal a piece of candy from a store because you was young and stupid and made stupid mistakes, kid, all right, you're still a thief, even though now you're 40 years old.
Well, I think stealing candy is a little bit different than rape and
No, it's not.
sodomy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's still sin, and if you get caught, here's the consequences. You will pay.
Pastor Orton had this to say when we asked about Hopper's rape and sodomy conviction.
This is a situation, if that girl chooses, it takes two to tangle, okay? So if that girl chooses to sleep with him, she's just as guilty as he is.
Pastor Orton said Hopper is not a part of the youth department because he says the church has policies in place to protect the children.
I'm not protecting kids. I'm protecting his name just like right now because of media and people that get out and run their mouth.
Pastor Orton said he trusts Hopper around anyone and that he's a hard worker.
I trust him around anybody, but we know how far to go because of people.